Greetings. Today I'd like to introduce you to my new channel, Modern Retro Dev. All the details will be coming right after the intro. Hello there. This is Mike. I'm starting a new channel and wanted to start off with an introduction video and talk about why I'm starting up this new channel. So, as you might have been able to tell from the channel name, I'm quite enthused about modern retro systems. And if you're not super familiar with the concept, it's sort of a modern take on a retro computing system, or maybe it's a retro computing system with a little bit of convenience, modern convenience. There's a couple different ways to look about it, but anyway, I've been absolutely enamored with the concept for the past couple of years, and it's you know, for one example, I have Commander X16 right here. I've been writing code for these things for a while and just having a really great time. And one of the things I really enjoy about it is the community. I've always kind of, kept to myself in general, but in the past couple of years, since I've been kind of, taking this up as a hobby, I've been getting involved with the communities on Discord, and it's been really interesting. And good golly, they're so smart and like wise about stuff. Like I get answers to my random programming questions so fast when I drop them in there. So I'm super impressed, and I love seeing how enthusiastic they are about things. And I really enjoy seeing what they've been working on as well. So my what I want to do here is really to share my enjoyment with other people, and maybe you can also live vicariously and hear about my latest exploits. And one of the interesting takeaways from this, in one of these channels, I was asking about like what the community really needed, like what could I do to help, and they seemed to indicate that really what was missing was visibility. They needed people on YouTube and these other places to talk about the things that they're doing, the fun that they're having, because people just apparently don't know. And I think that's pretty sad, because I've been enjoying myself like a lot. I don't know if this hobby is a secret or whatever, but it's an awful lot of fun. So if I can share this with other people and bring it to their attention, then by all means let me do that. And I've pointed to the X16 here, and that's one I've been working with the most. However, I do have a Phoenix F256K2 on pre-order that I should be getting within the next couple of months, and that thing looks sweet. I never owned like an Amiga or a Commodore 64, but like I gotta tell you, I really love that like computer keyboard form factor. It just looks phenomenal, and this one looks especially awesome. That's why I put it on the logo. So I'm looking forward to working with that. So once I get one of those, I'll totally feature it and see what I can do with it. But yeah, the another reason I wanted to start a channel is, while initially making videos never crossed my mind, once I got done talking with those people and I thought about the logistics of actually going about making one of these, I was like, that might actually be fun. And so, those are my reasons. This is a hobby amongst my other hobbies, and if I enjoy it, great. If I don't enjoy it, it'll go the way of every other hobby I don't like. It is to say, it'll be gone. So anyway, let me talk about, things I would like to cover on my channel. First and foremost, I do want to talk about like code development, because I like these systems, and what I really like about them is they are so fun to write code for. So I want to talk about the projects that I've been working on. And my focus historically has been on writing video games. It's been a bucket list item for me since I was a kid. I've always wanted to write a Nintendo game, and for me, like that 8-bit, 16-bit Super Nintendo, like that is, I feel like peak gaming. So I want to write a game in that style. And so I've just been learning what I need to learn to get there so that I can do that. So I have a habit of always telling people what I've been working on. And all the people I've spoken to thus far, either they're really nice or they seem to actually find it interesting, or a mix of the two. So, it'll be sharing some of those, things that I've thought of, the things that I've learned, the great ideas that I had, and then in a few weeks when I figured out they actually weren't good ideas, they were terrible. So yeah, I'll be talking about that stuff. That's the bread and butter. Another thing I would like to go into is I'll just categorize it as show and tell. Whether it be talking about the X16 I have here or this new system, and I did actually order one of those. Gosh, I'm gonna butcher the name. You know what? I'm not even gonna talk about it. It's like a new modern retro monitor. Yeah, it looks cool. When I get it, it'll replace this old Dell up here. So I'll talk about it then. Another thing that I think might be worth talking about is the rabbit hole that got me here, because I'm really kind of very new to the scene. At least I feel like 2 years is fairly new. So I'd like to talk about how I ended up going from like modern, indie games to, retro games and modern retro computers. I mean, I think it would be interesting, but yeah, I guess we'll find out. Another thing is I'd like to talk about my latest project ideas, because I'm always thinking up something. And as an example, just last week I was going about my normal life, and a thought occurred to me, like, what would be really fun? To write an interpreter. And I was like, wow, that'd be cool. It'd be really great if the language was easy to also then be compiled, which then translated to, what would be really fun? To write a compiler for some new language. So I was, before the night was up, I was reading through this 65816 assembly book, and I've already got some code. It's bad, but it was fun, and I'm super excited. I'm looking forward to getting back to that. But there's always things coming up like this. I'm kind of like a squirrel. Like I can't help but go after this and that. So I will of course talk about those things as well. And I would like to get feedback from other people and see what they enjoy and what they don't enjoy. And if I end up going in some other direction and talking about something else, well, that's on the table. But we'll see. So another thing I wanted to cover here was kind of my intended format of videos. I think I said I'm new at this. Completely new. Never done this before. So, but I want to make the sort of video that I enjoy the most. And what I want to aim for is really videos that are unscripted but focused. I don't want to be super rambly. I just want to get across the information, and we'll go with that. And so that's going to be the approach I'm going to take. And just to make it a little easier to consume, I'd like to try and keep my videos in the 10 to 15 minute time range. So that's what I'll be aiming for. And I don't have the skills, but even if I did have the skills, I don't want to like heavily edit the videos, because I would like to spend more of my time like getting those code developments done so that I could talk about them than like having cool sparkly effects and whatever in my videos. So it's probably going to be pretty lightly edited, but hopefully that'll be all right. And then my intention, my hope, whatever, is to try to have a frequency of a video every 2 to 3 weeks. Something that's frequent enough that you remember that I'm still working on some of this stuff, but not so frequent that I don't have any progress because all my time was spent making videos. So it's going to take a little bit of time to like figure out what that delicate balance is, but I think I'll figure it out. It's just going to take a bit of iteration. And really that's all I really wanted to talk about here in this video, was just to sort of set the stage for future videos. And I'm kind of thinking, in my next video or two or whatever, probably the most logical place to start would either be doing a little bit of show and tell. I mean, I know there's other unboxing whatever videos out there, but I'd like to blab about my stuff. I certainly like it. I'd like to talk about the rabbit hole that caused me to get into this hobby anyway. So it's going to be kind of, one or both or something like that. Anyhow, I don't want to keep anyone longer than this. So I think I'm going to call it here for today. And, that's my cue to probably get back to some retro dev. So I'll catch you guys later.